This season starts and everything's so different. You know, how much are the characters feeling the loss of Coulson?
Very sad, very sad. I mean, when we wrapped up season 5, we didn't know we were coming back for season 6 yet. And so the writers put together this, incredible ending, just in case, titled it The End. And we were all very emotional when we, toasted Coulson before he and May went off to Tahiti for his final hours.
So it's almost like, boom, your dear friend and boss dies, and we don't see them go through the grief. We see them a year later, and the day we see them, their boss appears as the bad guy. So it's all very, jarring, and we had to act that out without having that transition, and a lot of the time without knowing really what happened in that transition. And sort of reflecting it in the chaos of now having to see this evil man have the face of your ex-boss, and someone you cared for dearly.
When you have had terrible loss and then there's an opportunity to have it resolved in a way that is surprising, like the guy you're mourning suddenly shows up with the same face, but he's not the same guy, you continually ask that question, which is, but is he in there anywhere, or is he coming back?
I think there's going to be people who don't like it, but I think in general, people who know him as an actor and who are familiar with the character Coulson will be gratified to see this other version of him. And there's sort of that question at the heart of it of what does it mean? How does he exist? But what does it mean that he's here? And is there a bit of Coulson in him? Is there anything there that we can grasp onto?
Let's talk about the new season. Mac is in charge, but he's still dealing with Coulson's death and taking over. How is it for you on set thinking about that?
People ask me, you're filling these big shoes of Coulson. I don't think of that at all. Seriously, because you can't, because Coulson was an icon to so many people. I'm not trying to duplicate or do anything like that. I'm just doing what I do, and it's different, and I'm confident in my ability to do that. I love the responsibility. I love the responsibility of, as an actor, having to drive the scenes now as just being part of it. You have to drive the scenes forward. I love the responsibility of taking care of everyone else.
I would say my character Jocko is the enforcer type. He's the muscle of the group.
I'm so surprised.
It's crazy, right? I don't know why they didn't pick me.
Yeah. Well, and actually, she is kind of the muscle of the group too. It's like a little bit of an elusive thing, Like they don't see her coming, silent but violent.
Yeah, for my character, for Snowflake, she is a bit of a psycho. She's eccentric, she's the wild card, but she's got this cool, fun contradiction where she's also very ethereal and she's got her butterfly shtick. But she's a great fighter too, which requires a lot of skill and precision and dedication. And I think that's the cool thing about our crew is that Sarge has assembled a team where we all have very different complementary strengths.
And your first episode is directed by Clark.
Yeah.
What's it like having him go from director in show to director on set?
There was no change. It was exactly the same.
He was Coulson the whole time.
He's literally always been Coulson.
It was great because he's an actor first, and he's also written stuff, so he's really good with storytelling. So when you get an actor directing you,
so good.
I think there's like an extra sense of I can trust him because he has to say words too in front of the camera, so I know what he's trying to say, and he's really good at conveying that. And so it wasn't just like directing traffic and like let's just put the camera here and shoot it again. It was fun to work when he was directing.
He's
rad.
He's been involved on every level of the Marvel universe too.
Right.
He's gone from the films to having his own show. Like it's just one of those things where he's clearly seen every side of what Marvel has to offer. And I think when you bring that sort of resource and that knowledge to this position for this episode, he just knocked it out of the park.